Good evening and welcome back to Visionary Fragrances. My name's George. Hopefully you can join me for a glass of red wine whilst we talk about Spicebomb Extreme, and I've got 3 other alternates that I want to talk to you about as well. So if you like Spicebomb Extreme and you want to find out some fragrances that are similar that you can wear to similar situations, then stay tuned to this video. So Viktor Rolf Spicebomb Extreme is a super warming, festive smelling fragrance. It's got notes of spices, vanilla, tobacco, cinnamon, and just makes it feel a really festive and comforting fragrance. I find this works really well if you're sat in front of a fire watching Netflix, or you're going to a nice cozy whiskey bar and you've got people sitting close by to you and it's not a really loud, busy environment. This works really well. Performance of Spicebomb Extreme is good, but I don't think it's as good as it used to be. I believe this may have been reformulated in the past couple of years, because I remember about 4 years ago when I was travelling, I tried this at the airport before I'd even owned it, and it just seemed to be a lot stronger. It was projected out a lot, and I was quite surprised when I first tried it. But now this bottle anyway seems to sit really close to the skin, which is fine because it's supposed to be, I would say, a kind of date night fragrance, a nice comforting fragrance to bring people closer to you. So it does work really well. And if you like Spicebomb Extreme, if you tried it and you want to try something that's similar, or you like the sound of this and you want me to recommend some other fragrances that are similar, then stay tuned, because I'm going to talk about 3 other fragrances that I would wear in similar situations than this. Okay, so first fragrance I want to talk to you about that's similar to Spicebomb Extreme and can be worn in the same way is this. This is Bulgaris Man In Black, and a beautiful bottle. So what this does, this keeps the spice elements of the Spicebomb Extreme. It's got the saffron, it's got the cinnamon, the spices, but what this does, it slightly tones down the vanilla and the sweet elements and adds a lovely boozy rum note. So I find this to be a very good formal fragrance, and that I think works really well with the name Man in Black, man in a black tuxedo, a black suit. This works really well. Whereas Spicebomb Extreme is a bit more sweet, and I would say works better in a kind of close encounter, a date environment, cuddling up watching Netflix. This for me works really well as a cold weather formal fragrance. So this is Bulgaris Man In Black. I believe it's cheaper than Spicebomb Extreme. I think Spicebomb Extreme costs on average around £90, no not £90, £70 for 90ml. Whereas this is a bigger bottle, this is a 100ml bottle, and I bought this for around 60. So definitely cheaper, but if you're looking for something that's a sweeter fragrance, better for date night, I'd go with Spicebomb Extreme. Or if you want a boozy element, then Bulgaris Man In Black is the one to go for. Now, option number 2 is a new release from the Imani Stronger With You line, and this is Stronger With You Absolutely. Now this is not similar to Man In Black and to Spicebomb Extreme because it hasn't got the spices in there. You've got the vanilla, you've got the cinnamon, and you've also got a lovely rum note and a roasted chestnut. So I would say this is more similar to perhaps By the Fireplace by Mason Margiela. But this works really well in the cold weather, and I would wear it in a similar style to Viktor Rolf's Spicebomb Extreme, so that's why I'm recommending it. If you're looking for a beautiful cold weather fragrance with good performance, with a boozy rum note, roasted chestnuts, then give this one a try. Stronger With You Absolutely. Okay, and the final option, and another new release, and this release kind of surprised me a little bit, because I wasn't expecting it to be as good as this, and I didn't expect it to be as close to Spicebomb Extreme as it is. This is from Viktor Rolf, and it's the new release from their Spicebomb line, which is Spicebomb Infrared. Now this is the Eau de Toilette version, and there's no doubt going to be an EDP version released at some point later this year or next year, because that seems to be the style that a lot of designers are doing at the moment. They're releasing flankers and they're releasing different concentrations of those flankers, like Viktor Rolf did with Night Vision EDT and then EDP. Now when I first tried this, I was quite surprised because I wasn't a big fan of the Spicebomb Night Vision. I've got the Eau de Parfum version, I have tried the EDT as well, and it was, for me, it was a little bit too boring, and it took away the spice element and the really interesting, edgy notes that Spice Bomb brings. It's supposed to be different. It's supposed to be a spice bomb, and Night Vision for me was not. It was too generic and, you know, more of a blue fragrance than a spicy fragrance. But when I tried Spice Bomb Infrared, I was surprised because it does smell very similar to the original Spice Bomb, and it also smells similar to Spice Bomb Extreme because you've got the same notes. You've got the vanilla, you've got the tobacco, the cinnamon, and with this they've added a lovely red berry at the top, so you get a slight fruitiness as well, and it just mixes up the composition a little bit. So you can have this, you can have the Spice Bomb Original, you can have the Extreme, and they give you different nuances, but whilst keeping the spiciness, which I really enjoy. So if you're looking for something similar to Spice Bomb Extreme but with a nice berry fruitness, then I would go with this. This is Viktor Rolf's Spice Bomb Infrared. That just about does it for me. I hope that you enjoyed my review of Spice Bomb and the 3 other fragrances I showed you that are similar in style to Spice Bomb and can be worn in the colder weather, much like Spice Bomb Extreme. If you've tried a fragrance that you think should be in this list and you compare it to Spice Bomb Extreme in some way, then please do let me know. And as always, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I hope to see you all soon on the next one. Take care.